Hi guys, how you doing? So I thought I'd have a sit down video and just talk about a few things. If you're watching this video, I'm probably gonna title it something like first time parent or being a dad for the first time, something like that. And it's just things that's gonna talk about things we've experienced and that type of jazz. So we'll start from the beginning. So you find out that your partner is pregnant and it is the best feeling ever, especially if it's taken a long time, for this all to happen, or if it's been a short time. Either way, it's going to be amazing. It's just one of the most amazing things ever when you actually do eventually meet your baby. So the period, the whole pregnancy period, it is tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely tough on the mums. Us dads for basically the whole of pregnancy and also for the whole of the first few months. Dads, we kind of got it very easy indeed. We don't depending on if your partner's breastfeeding or even the whole labour thing. We've got it very much easy. So mums, you're amazing. Special shout out to Nicole. You are amazing. You've done such an amazing job. Lakey's making a little appearance. Just come back from shopping with mum, and Nicole's just trying something constant. She asked if I could hold him, so I will, and here he is. So the whole pregnancy thing, guys, we have got it so easy. Ladies, do a great job. You do you. If you need anything, you tell your partner. How did ours go? Ours went really well. Nicole had a really good pregnancy. She had like no morning sickness. She had hardly any stretch marks. She used some really good cream. If you want me to let you know what cream it is, put it in the comments. And yeah, she had no morning sickness, so that was really easy. I think the only hard bit we had was in the later stage, which was just a couple of days before. And we thought we had reduced movements, and then turns out we didn't. And then he came, Nicole had a stretch and sweep, and then 2 days later, this little guy popped out. That was 5 days early. So men, when your wife is pregnant, it's a hard time for them. So obviously there'll be, different situations, you know what I mean? You're okay now. So be as understanding and, sympathy, give basic sympathy. They're going for a lot of changes in their body. You know what I mean? This little guy's been grown in there, so you know what I mean? So guys, just work with them. Don't work against them. If they need some help, give them the help. That's what I'm gonna say. You got this, guys. I know you got this. I know you know what you're doing. But just for the whole pregnancy, just support them. So the whole labour experience. Know your partner's birthing plan. A majority of you probably will have done your birthing plan together. So try and know it inside out. Because when Nicole was going through the whole birthing stage, you need to answer the questions so that they know that you know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? So I ask you things like, oh, does Nicole want this? Does Nicole want that? And I'm like, yep, because I know the birthing plan. When the baby comes, it is the most magical thing in the world. We had a water birth, and this little fella just swam on out, didn't you? I just swam on out. And now he loves the water. That's by the by. And that is the most unbelievable moment you'll ever experience. When this little guy comes into the world, it is just amazing. If you're having a baby for COVID and you're the guys and you have to stay out in the car, I know it is bad. I was sat in the car for a few hours, and you know what? It's one of those things, guys. We got as part of it. Our ladies are in there, going for a lot of pain, and we just got to be there to support them. And never think. Remember, you got to support. The whole thing is, they are doing all the hard work, and we're just there just to be the assistant coach. We're there to give them whatever they want, drinks, food, or support, and also help out, like I said, with all the technical bits with the midwives. When this little guy does come out and you do get your first hug, it's like the most magical thing in the world. Do you want another thing I would also say? Talk about the whole labour experience. We actually recorded Nicole giving birth because she had a water birth. And do you know what? It is amazing to look back on. Just to actually watch this whole little guy being birthed. And then me cutting the umbilical cord is amazing. So you're actually allowed to record the birth. We did, and I would recommend it because it's just amazing to see. Also, another point, I would recommend starting a YouTube channel or having some sort of place where you can keep your videos. we love now looking back on when we first got him when a week old. That's the whole reason why I've done this channel, so we can look back at a week old little Lakey Smakey and see how much he's grown and developed and turned into such a handsome little boy. So I would recommend starting a YouTube channel just so you can, don't worry about growth, likes or anything like that. Just so you can actually see that a guy just grew up. Because that's literally the reason why I do it. The reason why I love it so much is I love just watching this little man just grow up. And I can look back on it. And I can look back on all the special days when he first walks, when he first talks. I can't wait for those. Okay, so now you got the baby. Now what am I going to advise? So we had a lot of our friends and family come around straight away, which we absolutely love. Thank you so much, friends and family. You're the best people ever in the world. But we did find it was very, you know, every day we had different people in and out. So what I'd maybe advise is maybe have your, you know, your family come around for like maybe just have your family for the first week, you know, for a couple of days. And then have, you know, a week or a couple of days away from people coming. Just because it's lovely that you get to obviously show them off, but you're trying to get into little routines, you're trying to still like learn to have the baby, and it can be really, we found it obviously lovely how our friends, family come around, but it's just different, do you know what I mean? You got new things to learn, and just having everyone popping in and out was kind of a bit tricky, but you know, thank you for everyone who came and supported us and said hello. But I think next time we said that we will just maybe have our parents and, you know, that come round, and then have, you know, a bit of just us time, which I would advise because it's nice, but also just to get the little guy settled, don't you? Next thing I'm going to advise. We were told this by one of our friends' parents, and we kind of completely looked past it, but learn to use your equipment. Okay, so don't keep it in the box. Get it out and actually learn to use it. So we had the car seat. Obviously, we installed it and did all that. I was like, oh, I'm really good at putting it in. I was good. We have one of those ones we should just put it into the thing. I can't remember what it's called. But literally, just get the car seat, in it goes, and then that's it done. But when it's, you know, you might be, we had little Lakey Smakey, we didn't come in until 2 in the morning, and it's 2 in the morning, pitch black, outside the hospital, and you're trying to put his car seat in for the first time with your little precious egg in there, you're like, oh God. So practice putting the car seat in and out, in and out. So when you actually do finally get the baby, and you do put the baby in the car seat, you're ready, you know how to put it in and out. Also, that goes for saying with the whole pram. So you know when you got your pram, practice putting the pram up, pram down, pram up, pram down, pram up, pram down. Because we spent, the first time we had our pram, we put it up and down, we spent about 5 to 10 minutes on YouTube trying to learn what's going on and, you know, how to actually put the pram up and then put it down and how to put the car seat on the pram. So, you know, it's one of those things which maybe you should practice before you take it out. But that's just, you know, just a bit of advice. It's true what they say. I'm being completely serious. This little guy here, if you're breastfeeding, I'm going to talk about breastfeeding because we're breastfeeding. Nicole is amazing and she does literally all the night feeds and she gets up with him and she allows me to go to sleep because I'm going to work. So guys, support them. Nicole likes it and she told me she does when if I start, if I'm awoken, I just ask how she's doing, ask if she needs to get a drink, because she's just sat there with the baby breastfeeding. I'm there like, you know, sleeping and doing whatever I want, and she's stuck now until the baby stops feeding. She's now stuck until obviously until he stops feeding. So, you know, I know it might be all in the middle of the night, but trust me, they'll be doing all the hard work. There's ask if they need, you know, ask if they're okay, if they need anything. And mums, you keep doing you. You are amazing. The way that you handle the baby and just give them breast milk and just whatever they need. Nicole is just amazing. So guys, support them. And when they say, even though Nicole's doing all the work, I promise you, the mums, you will have massive sleep deprivation. And the gents, you will still also have sleep deprivation. But obviously not as much as mums, because we actually manage to get sleep. But saying that, it is still hard to get to sleep when this little guy is cooking his feet all over the place, or he's making his little like noises. It can be tricky, but you know what? You do get on with it. You do learn how to survive with lack of sleep. Nicole used to be a big sleeper. Like she used to sleep naps, everything, all during the day. And now she managed to sleep with basically hardly any sleep every single day. and she looks after this little guy perfectly well, and she looks after me perfectly well. She you know, even now she still does the cooking. I try and help, but you know, they're just amazing mums. So I know that the mum's on maternity leave, and gents are probably back to work now. You're thinking, oh, we've been at work all day. Just remember, the mums have been at work all day too. This little guy here is a full-time job, aren't you? Especially now, this little guy is 10 weeks old today. 10 weeks old! How are you 10 weeks old? How are you? He's 10 weeks old today, and like, I'm always like, oh, that was a hard day at work, or even work from home, oh, that was hard. Nicole was constantly either feeding him, bouncing him, burping him, changing him, doing everything for him. You two support each other. Obviously, you've had a hard day at work, she's a hard day at work too. So work together, and you'll be perfectly fine. And everything. The poop situation and the pee situation and the sick situation is real. You will get pooped on, you will get peed on, and you will get sicked on, won't you? You done that. Like, the other day, I literally came out the bath. Next thing I know, pooped all down my belly. Pooped all down my belly, didn't you? You went poop, 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 all down my belly. So that is another thing to look out for, isn't it, Licky? You're such a stud. I've also another thing. Don't be worried about holding the baby. I remember I never held a baby before, and the first baby I ever held was this little guy. And you know what? I think I hold him okay, and he seems to be fine. And many people also say, don't worry, babies are fragile, but they also built for first-time parents. So they don't break. If you need any sort of product recommendations, I'll put a little eye up here, and it's got loads of cool little products you can get. Another tip. If you hear them crying, it's probably one or maybe a couple of things. One, if they're crying, you're like, I'm crying, it's probably because they're hungry. If they're hungry, if they ate, or they go and they don't want any more, it's most likely because they got wind. So you burp them and you go, ugh, and then they feel better. So you burp them, you feed them, you change them, and sometimes they just want to cuddle. So that's probably another reason why. But that's 4 things to check. They probably need burping, feeding, or changing. Or sometimes they just want to cuddle. Trust me, they just want to cuddle sometimes, like this. Oh, this is my other baby. It's just my other baby. Sometimes you just want to give him a cuddle. Guys, another thing. You probably will have to stop doing things, going out so much or doing things like that. It's one of those things, you got to be home with the baby and with the mummy. Or you just change the things around. So I like going to the gym. So now we've worked out that I now go literally first thing in the morning, and I have the whole evening to spend with Nicole, Lake, and obviously my 2 dogs. So that's the way that worked for us. So now I go to the gym, like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm either back here by 7:30, or I head straight into work, depending on the situation. A way which I can still go to the gym, and I can obviously spend time with my family. So that's what we tend to do. So the reason why we worked out this time was because that's like the perfect time when, not being funny, but I am most useless. When it's 5:30 in the morning, he's crying, he wants some food. Nicole's there to obviously provide the food, or he is going to be sleeping at that time. That's just the way it is. So that's what we tend to do. So what I will say is, gentlemen, and also the women, you will have to compromise on different things, but work out ways which you can still, go to the gym or play your games and stuff, whatever you want to do, or go see your mates. But just got to work around each other. But especially because we're breastfeeding, like Nicole needs to be with Lake the whole time, because if he ever wants food, he needs to be on the breast. So, shout out to Nicole, shout out to the mums out there, because you guys will, you've got this little guy with you for the whole period of all the breastfeeding type thing, until you allowed to give them maybe some bottle or solids, etc., etc. So that's one of the things. So guys, you have to compromise with working around your family, and it's lovely. I mean, I love having my evenings now. I literally I spend them with Nicole. We just sit there, we walk the dogs, we just chat, we cook food. I guess to round this video off is, you're given a lot of advice, you read a lot of things, and you watch videos like this which will be given advice. And you know what, it's all different. Every baby's different, every mum and dad are different, every parent is different. No matter how you bring a child up, or what you're bringing to up, you always do the best. I know you will. You always do the best for your baby and for your family. So all I can say is wish you best of luck. Good luck. You'll be fine. If you have any questions or you want to chat about anything, leave them down in the comments or message me on Instagram. I'm always here, always happy to help, I'm always happy to chat. You know, because sometimes it can be hard. I completely understand. We went through some hard stages. I mean, we've had a really nice pregnancy, but you know, we do go through some hard times. So you will go through times where you literally have no sleep, and you know, things are just hard, especially with the whole COVID thing, the whole life thing. Things could just be difficult. But if you ever need someone to chat to, I'm always here. Just hit me up, and I'd always reply back. And everything, just the last thing before I leave you, I know I keep saying this, have loads of these things around, because trust me, babies tend to puke quite a lot, especially if you've got a pukey baby. Ours tends to be a bit of a pukey baby. I just had to run up then and help Nicole, who just puked all down her back. So get ready for that. Wish you all the best. But thank you much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a good day.